Hello and welcome back to the TS Collector. Today we're going to be playing some more World of Tanks. I have really been addicted to this game. So today our theme is American tanks, and I have been having a little bit of fun with some of the rentals that have come down. I only managed to get the M46 Patton KR for a couple days, and this is the first game I played with it. So I was actually quite impressed with it. I was kind of expecting its turret to be a lot more of a troll turret, like you would expect from the other Pattons and the Pershing and that kind of thing. But realistically, it wasn't. But it does have a bit of a strong gun once you start getting it moving, and it is incredibly mobile for such a big, sort of hefty tank. I'm trying to sneak up on this easy too, but it's really not that easy. I can see them starting to crest the ridge on the side over here, so I'll pull back a little bit. A lot of high tier tanks all over the place. It's a Yak Panther right there. Got him in the back. 224. That's a pretty good shot. And he's hidden behind everything else. Now, the T32, who will be my nemesis for the rest of this game, comes up through there. He posts up over there, and I'm trying to use the ridge line to try and defend myself against him. And here I'm thinking, well, how did that go through if my turret armor is so good? I really did not look at the stats on this tank beforehand, and I probably should have. Then again, the T-34's got some really strong gun on it. He misses. I put a shell into his front, but it doesn't even get through. I'm trying to figure out how I can get out, not necessarily get out of this situation, but certainly make it easier on myself. And I've got some help on the left side there. I believe it's Churchill firing on him. I can see a Cromwell trying to sneak across. Put a shot on him. It doesn't look like it actually hits him, but apparently it clips him enough to penetrate him for 220, 250 or so. Okay, so the T-34 is busy battling it out with one of my teammates on the left here. I just bounced something from, I want to say, yeah, Easy 2 snuck around the corner there, and he put a couple shots into me. There's an ELC Bisc coming right through in the corner there. Those can be really mean, especially if they kind of do jousting, where they just charge in and fire with, charge right up into you, fire a shot, turn around and run away as quickly as they can. And I took almost over half his health with one shot there. Finally, the T-34 is down. I'm done hiding behind the wall. And I look at the mini-map, and we have a lot of guys in the north east, but there's really not all that much happening in the south and the west. We're actually crumpling. So I'm not quite sure why all those heavy tanks are clustering in the area over there. But I spied this IS-6 and another M46 KR sneaking up on the other side of there, trying to get around to where our cap is. So I try to put a couple shots into him, and the IS-6 spots me and tries to get back at me. Now they're capping. We're at 5-5. This really isn't that unfair a game, but they already managed to get into our cap area. So I don't think our teammates are particularly working together in this situation. Enemy KR is still standing there. I'm starting getting a lot of heat from behind from two heavy tanks coming up, an IS and a Tiger 1. So I decided to try and push into the city and try and relieve some stress on the cap area. And then IS-6 is not too far from where I am now. And there's the KR trying to sneak through there. He gets a big old hit 350 on him, and he's melting away quite quickly. Oh, he's gone. Now that IS-6 is just hiding in the middle there, and now it's 8-8. Put a shot into the back of the IS. Ooh, IS come for 400. And I will say that this is one of the missions I was actually trying to get a burn. The Burninator, I believe it's called, in the medium tank tree missions. So trying to make everything burn, and I finally get a burn. This is probably the 60th match I've tried to get that stupid mission on. And I managed to get it on the first game I play in a rental tank. So there you go. So he manages to survive on 1 health and gets killed by someone else as I try to sneak up on him. So, despite a reasonable amount of damage already caused and mayhem caused, like I typically do, I really haven't done all that much in the way of points-worthy kills or anything like that. So there's a KV-3 trying to sneak around the rubble over here, and I look at the minimap and I look at the scores. We are currently 9-11. We are 4 against 6. It's not a very good odds at all. I donked the first shot. He donks his first shot. But he is on just under 400 health, and I am over 1100 health. So I've got the health advantage. I can take a hit or two. There is a Type 28 protected version right up behind me, and he's going to probably put a shot in my butt. So he's fired a shot, so I try to make a corner, and then I burn him too. How does that happen? It doesn't make any sense to me that I can get 2 burns in one game and I can't get a burn at all in some of the other games. So that shot bounced off his armor, which annoys me because he's only on 12 health. So I sneak up on him and bam. Finally got my first kill. We are down to 2 versus 5, and that Churchill 7 is on 43 health. It's kind of ridiculous. I do what I can, trying to use this rubble to protect myself. There's that ELC who's using the rubble to protect himself as well. I've got the IS coming up on me. I'm going to try and put a couple shots into him. And this is going to be a losing situation. There's nothing much more you can do really here. I'm already at half health. I've got 1 heavy, 3 tank destroyers, and 1 light up against me. It's a bit of a foregone conclusion right now. Put a shot into that protector, and he's on 23 health. In this game, I had the worst luck with tanks leaving at 100 at low health. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have any of the stats and scores from the previous game because I was frustrated that I lost that game. I felt I was doing quite well. However, we are now on to our second match of this video. It'll be our T21 American light tank from tier 6. It can be very fast and meaty when it needs to be, but frankly, it's remarkably underpowered. It doesn't have much of its gun fires quickly, but it has poor penetration, and you got to get kind of lucky. In this situation, I was feeling kind of reckless. It's not often that I am mid-tier in a game, and that freaked my brain out. Typically, as a light in the middle tiers, you are in tier 8 games all the time, and you are supposed to be spotting, and frankly, while I am not amazing at it, I'm still learning. That being said, I spotted a ridiculous amount of people just charging up there. There's an E25 trying to sneak up on me. He's been following me all the way around the corner. As you can see, I went across the bridge, and that's really, frankly, a very stupid way to go, because you're not going to do... Unless you're lucky, which frankly, and I will say this every time, I was very lucky. You'll get in trouble. You can get in trouble very quickly. Now there's a M6 firing on me right now. I've already taken a little bit of damage. I've already lost my track and my loader. So my gun, while it loads quite quickly anyways, is going to take even more time to load. So, one thing to note right now is that while I'm spotting everyone, all these people in the area, my team is busy trying to fire on them as well. So whatever damage I do, whatever, like if I track this guy, like he's just been, any damage that gets done on him, I get points for. So now I'm down to 148 damage. Now I'm thinking, another wasted game. What's the point? I'm just going to keep firing until I get as much damage as I can. And really, there it is. A 504 hit on the M6 that I was spotting from, I want to say it was MC Shop. I can't remember what artillery he was driving, but he's on 28 health now. That's well within my damage range. So, trying to sneak back up on this M6. He donks his shot, which maybe have actually killed me. Chi-Ri is trying to get on me, so I get out of the way. So I'm thinking, you know what? I'm on I'm on relatively low health. I'm a light tank in their backyard. What's the best place to go? After their artillery and this GW Panther, shall I say, hiding in the corner over there, I'm driving as quickly as possible because you're going to make it as difficult for them to shotgun you as possible. Make a quick turn to the left, don't think he's paying much attention. Oh, now he's turning. Look at that. And I think I got a little bit lucky here because there's really no one else in the area doing anything. And this poor GW Panther is just going to have to take it up the butt. And there's nothing much more we can do about it. So there he goes. Now we're charging back over here because we can see a FV304 and that E25 that was trying to sneak up on us earlier. Trying to fight off our T29 other heavy tanks over here. So I fire in on the E25. He finally figures out someone's behind him. And then I put a final shot into him, killing him. So I've just taken out the most dangerous portion ahead of me. Now the FV304, I take that kill as well. So I'm up to 4 kills. This is spectacular, especially for me in a T21. I'll be the first to admit I am not terribly good at playing light tanks, but this game came out quite well, and I may want to play it a little more aggressively in future. Some tanks like the Chaffee, you gotta hide as much as possible. But this tank seems to be interested in taking a little bit more damage, or capable of taking more damage, should I say. And now we've got a Churchill 1 sort of popping shots at us. I put a shot on him to keep him interested in me, maybe keep him off the T29 a little bit. But the T29's charging up ahead of us, taking as much of the hits on him as possible. And I'm trying to figure out if I can loop a shot over my T29 friend here, but frankly, I don't know if I want to take that risk. And according to that aim right there, I can aim right through the T29 and hit the Churchill, but frankly, I don't trust aiming at all in this game. So the enemy team is down to 1 player, which is a Type 64. Can be very mean. A Chinese premium light tank. It's very, very, very good. I'm actually been considering trying to pick it up. And now we're trying to figure out where this T64 is, and we're pretty sure he's near a cap because he's not in the cap, but he should be near the cap because that's where he was last spotted. But in actuality, he is charging back to their cap to try and stop, and he does reset the cap. So he actually did probably the smartest move possible, is to get back there and try and reset the cap. There is, however, 4 tanks against him right now, and there's still 9 minutes, more than 9 minutes to cap him. Now, what little accuracy I've been able to achieve throughout this game, I seem to completely lose all of it. And as you can see, I put a shot right at his tracks, but doesn't actually do anything. I put a shot into him, he's on 32 health. This seems to be a pattern with me, where I get the tanks down to really low health. But he tries to run out, and I managed to clip him at the end. Let's have a look at the results. And as you can see, I did fairly well. I got first class mastery, which frankly, I don't know how anyone could have gotten ace mastery without better than that. I don't know how that happened. I got fighter for 4 to 5 kills, master gunner for having 5+ penetration hits in a row, and sharpshooter, which is 10 hits in a row. Not bad at all. 5 for effect means I did more damage than my HP, and I got the bruiser award, a fairly good amount of credits as well. Unfortunately, I didn't pass the mission that I was playing, but frankly, I don't remember which one it was. If we look at the battle results, team battle scores, I'm at the top. 1,200 damage, 5 kills, over 1,000 XP, which frankly, that's the best I've ever done with a T21. Ever. And I fired 19 shots, and I actually hit 17 of them. So I only missed 2, which is frankly better than usual. The biggest issue that I have with the American light tanks in particular is the penetration is always going to be an issue. I didn't penetrate 3 of those hits, which means I didn't get damage on 3 of those hits, which sucks. Alright, let's move on to the final video. And now, the piece de resistance, which frankly is the wrong term I should be using for the American tanks, is the T29. In this situation, I was in the process of doing the mission to... It's not the final mission, but it's a mission to do over 1,000 damage and then block more... I believe it's block more damage than your HP, and I believe you also have to survive the match. So it's one of the harder ones, in my opinion. It's much more a luck-based thing. Just happen to not get shot at by heavy weapons, that kind of thing. And frankly, as luck would have it, this is a mission that doesn't have any artillery in it. And I didn't notice this initially. I was playing my normal T29, get up and, be a bruiser right in front of everyone's face. And I had this mission in the back of my mind thinking, I could do something about that, but really, I don't think I can do it. This tank's probably one of the better ones to do it in, frankly, because its entire turret is one big glancing off area. It's kind of ridiculous. Now T29 is Tier 7 heavy, so it's actually a fairly good tank. It's probably one of the best Tier 7 heavy tanks that there is. Plenty of damage. Not the fastest, but frankly, heavy tanks aren't built for speed all the time. So I'm moving up on the north west side of, I believe this is Desert Map, and there's an Su-100Y Premium Russian tank destroyer coming up, and I put a nice meaty 300 damage into him. And he's a big old box tank, so anything that hits him is going to penetrate, frankly. And I finish him off. The VK-4503 and the Type 58 ahead of me were actually doing quite well. It's about this time that I realized that we didn't have any artillery at all. And this is a bit of a death corner here. So I see this IS across the corner, and I'm going to use this rock to defend myself. And I realize, as I'm thinking, you know, there's no artillery. I can use this to my advantage. This guy's going to come around this corner. They're going to be shooting at me. If I can hide my whole armor behind this rock, they won't be able to penetrate me at all. So there's an Oni in the town. Big old flat side of the tank on the other side I can just fire into. A nice hefty 293 onto him right there. And now that he's been tracked, I don't know if it was me or someone else, but now he's practically free game to anyone that can fire on him. So coming around the corner is a Tiger 1 and a Jagd Panther. Now, I take a couple of hits here while I'm trying to figure out my how I want to set up myself up here. There's a KV-85 there who's my nemesis in this game as well. I seem to gather them like flies. And there are, as you can see, shots are pinging off my tank at every given point. It's kind of ridiculous how often I'm giving these pings. And you can see the indicator at the top of the screen. It's just every time they hit me, it pings, pings, pings. So I'm trying to do as much damage as possible, because I'm thinking in my brain, you know, I've still got to do 1,000 damage. And by this point, I've actually already hit 1,000 damage. I frankly didn't realize it. I was paying more attention to the fact that I was not dying, and I was being surprised by that. So the front plates of a Tiger 1 can be easily penetrated because it's big flat plane. KV-85 puts a hefty shot into me, but I start waggling my tank a little bit, moving the turret every time they fire at me. It's just to give them a different glancing angle occasionally. Now the KV-85, again, is left on low health with a final shot from me. And the Tiger 1 is being a big old pain in the corner there. My only friend left is a Tiger P in the corner, who seems to be doing quite well for himself, frankly. He's beating up on that IS and the Tiger 1, pinging from everything right now. Hefty shot into that Jagd Panther. It's music to your ears, because every time they hit you, it's more points. And that one glanced right off the top of my tank. I'm trying to get another shot in here. The reload's taking a lot longer than I expected. This tank does take quite a long time to load when you got a higher tier gun on it. And that KV-85, I ricochet off his turret. What a juxtaposition, it's ridiculous. So, the Jagd Panther's just hiding there trying to figure out what to do. The KV-85 moves out a little bit too far, and I get him. And the IS is taken out by my Tiger P friend over there. The Jagd Panther is finally getting fired out from other places. And here, I stopped the gameplay a little bit so that I could figure out... Just want to show you just how much damage has occurred to the front of this tank. Look at those glances over my glorious camouflage. Huge gouges struck through the turret. And that big old faceplate that surrounds the gun is so much... It's basically spaced armor, but it's so powerful in defending you. So finally, that corner's actually done. We finished the game. Isn't that ridiculous? Let's have another look again. You see, they actually were firing at my turret, which the cupola, which is actually one of the more difficult, the easier places to actually penetrate, but it's difficult to hit if the angling is correct. So I got a little bit lucky there. Let's have a look at the results. All right. So with the disappointment from the previous game, with not getting Master Tank, I got Master Tank. my first master tank on my T29. Frankly, I did way better than I ever expected to do in that match. Typically, artillery drops shells on me and I die in hail of glory. So we got Ace Tanker, we get shell proof, get blocking or blocking damage, which is higher than the HP, which frankly I blocked quite a lot of HP. Got Fire for Effect, Steel Wall, which is the highest damage blocked. Cool Head, so I got a lot of ricochets. It's 10 ricochets. That's a lot of freaking ricochets. And High Caliber, I did top damage. Seriously? I didn't think I did top damage. I was putting out shells, but I thought other people typically did better than I did most in that situation. And as you can see, I was doing it was sturdy armor was what I was trying to get. So the damage blocked by armor must be equal or greater than the HP of your vehicle, and you still have to do 1,000 damage. All right. Well, and then we look at the team scores, and I did 3,300 damage. Holy heck! I did not think I did that much damage. With 2 kills, 1,300 XP. Not terrible at all. And if you look at the other team, there's only 2 of the other team did over 1,000 damage. And one of them was that Tiger 1 that was fighting in the corner against me. And we look at the detailed report, and this is where we're going to look at and see where a lot of my points came from. I did 3,300 damage. Fine. I actually did quite well. I fired 15 shots, 14 of them hit, 12 of them penetrated. All good. Well, not good. The penetrations should have been more than that. But if you look below, I got hit 26 times. Only 3 of them penetrated. 23 of them did not. And I blocked 5,100, almost 5,200 damage. That is ridiculous. The amount of damage that turret can block. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I do appreciate you coming by. If you have any questions, queries, if you want to make any suggestions, feel free to leave a comment. Like, dislike, whatever. You have a great day. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider hitting the like or subscribe button. It really helps the channel. Thank you very much for watching.